Sami Zayn sends out a warning. The best and worst of Raw. Roman Reigns is the sole reason behind WWE's rise in ratings. Vince McMahon's decision is ruining WWE's sale. Mandy Rose attacks WWE. A warning to the Usos. Sami Zayn makes a major change. Let's jump right into our first story. The best and worst of Raw. Welcome to this week's edition of the best and worst of Raw. It was a solid episode from start to finish, with very few duds and almost no complaints from our side. However, we can't speak of only the bests of WWE Raw, so we have nitpicked a couple of worsts that you might agree with. But overall, this was one of, if not the strongest, episodes of Raw so far in 2023. We are excited about Elimination Chamber, which is turning out to be far more stacked than we expected. So what were the ups and downs of this week's incredible episode of Raw? Keep watching to find out. Number 3. Best, Brock Lesnar's promo. Brock Lesnar cut a promo on Raw that was somewhat polarizing on Twitter. While some thought it was proof that he needed Paul Heyman, others felt he held his own. We agree with the latter, as his promo, while goofy, was entertaining and caused a reaction. His subtle reference of Sable got the WWE Twitterverse to run wild because it's well known that the company never refers to or mentions her. Lesnar seemed to have no issue breaking this rule. However, the segment with Bobby Lashley was a great one. We are looking forward to their next encounter, although we believe the feud should blow off at WrestleMania and not Elimination Chamber. Number 2. Worst, a weak Women's Chamber lineup. Chelsea Green is playing a Karen, who is the most entitled person in the entire locker room. She even threatened to get Adam Pearce fired after he gave her Belgian and not Swiss chocolates. However, she would get humbled soon after, demanding that Adam Pearce find her an opponent at the last minute. Asuka came out, and although she was attacked early by Green, she eventually took her out and submitted her with ease. Other Women's Chamber contestants came out to be at ringside, including Carmella, who won her qualifying match earlier in the night. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair came out post-match to welcome the challenge of who she is facing at WrestleMania. But the lineup this time is admittedly disappointing. Asuka, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya, Nikki Cross, and Carmella will contest inside the chamber. It will be a big disappointment if Asuka or Morgan doesn't win. Number 2. Best, Lita's return on Raw. Becky Lynch and Bayley had an excellent steel cage match to headline Raw. It wasn't the best we've seen, but it was at a high level and deserving of a top spot on the card. While it looked like Damage Control was going to snatch a victory from the clutches of defeat, 47-year-old legend Lita returned after a year to help Becky Lynch pick up the win. This essentially confirms that Becky Lynch won't be in the Raw Women's title picture this year. Perhaps a tag team with Lita. If so, who will Bayley team up with, assuming that Io Sky and Dakota Kai are defending their titles at WrestleMania 39? Number 1. Worst, the JBL and Corbin alliance. We're glad that the JBL and Corbin alliance seems to have come to an end. It was arguably among the biggest duds of the Triple H era, and JBL did nothing to actuate him. He roasted Corbin for losing to Dexter Lumis this week and hinted that their alliance is done for good, which, in the long run, will work out better for Baron Corbin on Raw. Number 1. Best, the emotional Cody Rhodes-Paul Heyman promo. We had a jaw-dropping promo battle between Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes. Heyman came out, and Cody told the story of how the special counsel to the tribal chief saved his father when he was broke in 1999. It was an emotional promo, and there was a point where even Paul Heyman shed tears. Although Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns have had zero face-to-face interaction so far, this promo alone skyrocketed interest in the feud. Perhaps we should mention the fact that Paul Heyman was brutal to Cody as well. He said that Dusty mentored many of today's top stars, including Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. He even trained Roman Reigns. But the one person he didn't train was Cody Rhodes. Not only this, but Heyman nastily revealed that Dusty Rhodes, in his last conversation with him, said that Cody was his favorite child, but Roman Reigns was the child he wished he had. Overall, a fantastic episode of Raw. What did you think? Voice your opinions in the comments section. Roman Reigns is the sole reason behind WWE's rise in ratings. Despite many arguing that WWE's recent rise in popularity is a team effort, former superstar Samu believes Roman Reigns is the #1 driving force behind the ratings boost. Samu, who is the cousin of WWE's tribal chief, has kept a watchful eye on the product as of late, as his Anoa'i family members, Reigns, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa have been involved in arguably the company's best storyline in recent memory. Speaking on the two-man power trip of wrestling, the former WWE Tag Team Champion praised Reigns as the undeniable face of the company. Of course, listen, you brought these people to be able to pay attention, to bring it back. I mean, not that it has gotten boring or anything, just sometimes wrestling does that. It just flatlines for a while and then it makes a comeback all the time. Samu added, "So it's pretty obvious, the ratings and everything like that Joe's doing, it's phenomenal, great business. I'm glad he has a lot of creative control." Roman Reigns has ruled over WWE as the undisputed Universal Champion for more than 890 days, and his next challenge will come in the form of his former ally-turned-rival Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn joining Reigns' faction the Bloodline as the honorary use has been the biggest and most entertaining story in wrestling over the past year. However, the angle was not originally intended to last as long as it has. Writing in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns were only meant to interact in an occasional backstage segment. The Zayn-Reigns scenario was originally just set up to be a few-week comedy deal, but it caught on with the public and was changed months ago to a WrestleMania season angle. Elimination Chamber is set to take place on February 18th in Zayn's hometown of Montreal, and therefore Roman Reigns will no doubt be looking to squash the spirits of both his opponent and the local fans willing Sami on. Will Sami Zayn pull off an upset at the Elimination Chamber PLE, or will Roman reign supreme? Give us your predictions in the comments section below. Vince McMahon's decision is ruining WWE's sale. Vince McMahon's return to the Stanford-based promotion prompted news that WWE is now for sale. However, McMahon's involvement is reportedly one reason stopping potential buyers. According to CNBC, their sources share that Vince McMahon's future attachment, even after WWE is sold, became an early sticking point in preliminary talks with various buyers. However, WWE CEO Nick Khan then addressed that if needed, the 77-year-old would remove himself from the company as they prioritize shareholder value. Vince McMahon retired from his position as chairman and CEO of the company in July last year after allegations of sexual misconduct were made against him. Taking his place was Stephanie McMahon, his daughter. Aside from being the chairwoman, she also became the co-CEO alongside Nick Khan. Paul Triple H Levesque then took over as the head of creative and chief content officer. The 77-year-old returned to the company last month, and Stephanie stepped down from her role, making Nick the sole CEO. Triple H's role remains the same. According to reports, the likes of Amazon, Netflix, Disney, and more are interested in buying the wrestling promotion. Earlier reports also indicated that it was already sold to Saudi Arabia, but that was proven false. Other notable names who joined the potential pool of WWE buyers were the owners of AEW, Tony and Shahid Khan. The topic was recently discussed yet again, and it looks like their interest did not diminish. While on the Mark Hoke Show, the president of All Elite Wrestling revealed that he is interested in being involved during the sale process, not just simply observing it. "I don't know exactly what will happen there. I've been told, and I think they've said publicly, that there may be a sale process. If there is a sale process, certainly I'm interested in it and potentially being involved in it. We'll have to see what that process is and who exactly they'll let get involved in it. Certainly, I'm interested in it very much," Tony Khan said. Vince McMahon has been running WWE for more than 4 decades now. His decision to potentially sell the company may have surprised a number of people, but McMahon's experience may indicate that the decision is what's best for business. It remains to be seen how the sale process will go and how a potential new owner will affect the product. Mandy Rose attacks WWE. Former WWE superstar Mandy Rose recently opened up about her adaptation to life after leaving the company. Rose signed with the Stanford-based company in 2015 after participating in Tough Enough. She spent nearly 7 years as an active competitor on NXT, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown, during which she held the NXT Women's Championship. However, the company released her from her contract last December, reportedly due to the content she shared on her fan time page. In a recent interview with The Sessions, Rose spoke about her adaptation to life outside of WWE. "It is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, especially, the traveling and just constantly being on camera and being available at any time. But now I just feel so free. There's just this freeing feeling, in a good way. I just have all this spare time. I have all these opportunities that I work on, figure it out, what's my next move. And just spending that quality time with, my fiancé with family. I'm able to go up to New York whenever and see my family. So, it's just been nice," she said. The former NXT Women's Champion also stated that she was grateful for being in WWE for 7 years. However, she pointed out that it was hard for her to make plans during that time due to always being on call. For 7 years I've been obviously very blessed and grateful for everything the last 7 years being in WWE. But, it's just the traveling and the crazy on call for anything. It's hard to plan trips, it's hard to plan things obviously because it's just you always have to be available. So, that's the cool feeling I could say," Rose added. A few weeks after her release from the Stanford-based company, Fantime congratulated Mandy Rose on earning $1 million from her page in the month of December. In an interview with the Tamron Hall Show, however, the former NXT Women's Champion revealed that she earned that amount in just 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks actually. "Yeah," Rose said. A warning to the Usos. WWE superstar Braun Strowman has sent a message to the Usos ahead of their tag team title showdown against the Monster Among Men and Ricochet on this Friday's SmackDown. Strowman and Ricochet only started teaming up recently, as the two were mainly focused on their singles careers over the last several months. The one and only actually scored a victory over the former Universal Champion, a win that came after Strowman took some shots at high-flying wrestlers on Twitter. The duo have since become quite the tandem and recently won the SmackDown Tag Team title tournament to earn a future shot against the dominant Usos. WWE recently caught up with Strowman and Ricochet in a backstage interview where the Monster Among Men warned the Bloodline members that he doesn't care about their drama and will bring the fight to them this Friday. "I don't give a damn what's going on between the Usos because I know what's going on between Ricochet and I, and that's winning. The more you fool around, the more you're going to find out. Usos, you better be ready because I damn sure know we are," said Strowman. While Braun Strowman and Ricochet are feeling good ahead of Friday's title match, the champs are currently divided. Jey Uso has not appeared on WWE programming since the events of the Royal Rumble, where Sami Zayn stood up to Roman Reigns, a decision that seems to have torn the Bloodline apart from the inside out. Fans are still uncertain if Jey Uso will even appear at this Friday's SmackDown, with one option being that the Bloodline will invoke the Freebird rule and have Solo Sikoa wrestle in his place. One thing is for certain, Solo is in the corner of the Tribal Chief. Can Strowman and Ricochet somehow beat the undisputed tag team champions? Sound off in the comments below. Sami Zayn makes a major change. Sami Zayn has made major changes to his Twitter bio after turning his back on Roman Reigns at WWE Royal Rumble. Over the last several months, Zayn has associated himself with the Bloodline. He was eventually accepted by Reigns and all other members of the group, including Jey Uso. Following the dissension at the Royal Rumble, the former honorary Uso attacked Roman Reigns on the latest edition of SmackDown to set up his title match. Courtesy of his Twitter bio, the 38-year-old star has confirmed his exit from the Bloodline and that he is no longer an honorary Uso. Uso no more added Zayn to his Twitter bio. Dutch Mantel recently praised Triple H for his booking of Sami Zayn. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Mantel discussed the same. He mentioned how WWE could throw the likes of Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens into the mix and have them help Zayn in the storyline. In doing so, WWE will be able to get other babyfaces over with fans. Mantel said, "They have done such a good job with Sami. 7 or 8 months, and that is old school timing. Just went on and on and on. We've been expecting this for 3 months. Sami turns and somebody helps him. Now he's got people to help him. He's got Cody to help him. He's got Kevin Owens to help him. Now if you want to get some more baby faces over, have them help. That's how you get guys over. You get guys over by putting them in hot angles because they get over by osmosis, just being in the group," said Mantel. Sami Zayn will challenge for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. Would you like to see Zayn dethrone the head of the table? Sound off in the comments section. Sami Zayn sends out a warning. Sami Zayn refuses to be the punching bag of the Bloodline anymore. Last month during the closing moments of the Royal Rumble Premium Live event, Zayn stood up for himself against Roman Reigns and the Bloodline and cracked the Tribal Chief in the back with a steel chair in order to try and protect his longtime friend Kevin Owens. This obviously didn't sit well with the group, as they attacked Zayn and laid him out. One surprising swerve saw Jey Uso, who was the last one to be convinced of Zayn's loyalty, walk out on the group and not join in on the beatdown. The former honorary Uso took to social media today ahead of WWE Raw to seemingly speak about his actions towards Roman Reigns and the Bloodline on Friday night on SmackDown. Tweeting out, "Turn those clapping hands into angry balled fists," Sami Zayn said in a tweet. Friday night on SmackDown, when Roman Reigns attempted to address the state of the Bloodline to the WWE Universe, he was jumped by Sami Zayn, who was looking for revenge over what happened at the Royal Rumble. This led to Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa attacking Zayn from behind and again finding himself on the receiving end of a 3-on-1 beatdown. Before Sikoa could put Zayn on the shelf, Reigns stopped him and agreed to face Zayn for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event later this month in Montreal. Will Zayn shock the world and disrupt the road to WrestleMania 39? We'll find out soon enough. What do you make of Zayn's comments?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing.